Drugs. See y'all go in the park. System overload.
You're watching full-time MMA. Don't be a bagel fighting, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
What's going on, full-time family? It is time to start the show. We do not have much time today. Boy, it was a hell of a night last night. Shout out to the coach and General Africa and everybody on the Come Get This Work Mobcast. I was listening to that last night, chilling out, and all my shit just shut off, y'all. My fucking internet got shut off last night. We thought it wasn't due till today. Wasn't the case. So not only that though, my fucking car broke down before that, so couldn't get to the bank to do this, to do that. So now my car's fucking stranded at my girl's job. We got to get that fixed today. I got work in like an hour. I got to walk there now. Whole lot of shit going on. But what happens as soon as I fucking get my internet bill paid this morning and I turn my computer back on? Ba-boom! Nicco Montano versus Valentina Shevchenko. Title fight is off of UFC 228. Who called this? I think a lot of us. If you're keeping up with the sport and you've been seeing the fucking signs of Nicco Montano and these injuries and, you know, even Valentina Shevchenko, if you've been listening to her interviews, they're asking her, so are you confident that Nicco's going to make it? She's like, all we can do is hope so. She's never once said she's confident Nicco's going to show up. Not only us fans, but also, or just Valentina, the UFC wasn't even confident in Nicco showing up to this fight. You can tell that by their urgency to book another title fight. They had a hard time getting Nicco to this point. Ariel Helwani reported it once, and Nicco got pissed off, but there seems to be truth to it. The UFC was getting frustrated waiting on Nicco Montano to defend this belt, but she had the tonsillitis, and then before that, she had the leg injury or the ankle injury, I think. You know, every interview she does, she's talking about how her foot's arthritic and shit, like she's 80 years old, you know what I'm saying? Like, got that arthritis, my shit'll never be healed, like, chill. And now she's been hospitalized the day of the weight cut. Everybody was worried about Darren Till's weight. Is Darren Till going to make weight? Is Darren Till going to make weight? Even more so than is Nicco going to make it to the fight? And it turns out she actually had a weight cutting issue, hospitalized due to weight cutting. She made weight 3 times, I believe, on the show, like in a month or in a couple months, however long it took them to film the show. And then now, of course, when she's going to fight the Boogie Woman of the flyweight division, the real Boogie Woman. You guys remember, yo, so, if you remember the Shout the Fuck Out, a long time ago I made that thumbnail when I was talking about Valentina Shevchenko, and I said, the real Boogie Woman is coming for you, Nicco, because the whole funny Rose Namajunas, the Boogie Woman is coming for you, Rose. This is the real Boogie Woman, Valentina Shevchenko. Cyborg's the most feared woman on the planet. We definitely got a close second in Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, both of these girls have now had champions turn down fights with them. Now, it was a little more impressive in GDR's case, or in Cyborg's case, because she had a legit UFC fighter ducking the fade. And in this situation, Nicco Montaño, I don't even know if she's considered a legit UFC fighter yet. I guess you can, because she got wins on the Tough House. She's only got 1 UFC win, and it just so happens to be she's a damn champion. So, I mean, the whole situation weird, and now we're in this situation. I guess that's what happens when you take 10 girls that aren't UFC caliber, or they're not the best in the world, and you let them fight for a UFC belt. When it's time to win the belt, when you win the belt and it's time to defend against a killer like Valentina, these girls don't want to go out here and just face that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like Nicco Montaño, like us, she realized she couldn't win this fight. The question is, and that's my opinion, I think so. I mean, it's just common sense that Nicco Montaño's not going to win this fight. Her only chance is a knockout or a submission. She's not going to win a decision. She's not going to beat Valentina Shevchenko probably for a round. So she's going to have to get a submission. And I pointed this out. The only way that she even can get a submission is if Valentina takes her down and makes a mistake, because Nicco's not some great wrestler that's going to be able to take Valentina down and fucking try and get the submission. No, she's more boxing and jiu-jitsu. So how is she even going to get the fight to the fucking floor? What's she going to do, pull a damn Ezekiel choke? No. So unless Valentina decides to take the fight down and do some Valentina Nurmagomedov shit, just pound her out and gets caught in a submission, makes a mistake, Nicco's only chance to win this fight is a knockout. You think she's going to fucking knock out Valentina Shevchenko? We're not talking about heavyweights here. We're talking about female flyweights, so that even lowers her chance of a knockout. Nicco Montaño's chance of winning this fight was like 2%. So it's awfully convenient that she's injured or hospitalized due to this weight cut. Because she was about to walk into like a fucking 1800s Indian motherfucking, I don't even know what years the whole Indian Native American, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that took place, like the slaughter and that whole transition. I'm not up on history like that. But you get the point. That shit happened. Native Americans, we all know the history. That shit was about to happen in UFC version in the cage. Nicco had no chance. No chance. And so now she's out of the fight. Looks like everybody was talking shit anyway. Like everyone was already calling her scared. Fuck it. Why not? Y'all calling me scared? I'm scared. Fuck it. If y'all want to say that. But, of course, to her fans and her loved ones, you know, if you were talking to Nicco Montaño's sister or somebody, no, man, she's fucking injured. Like, injured. No, hospital, bad weight cut. Like, yeah, I'm fucking sure. 3 convenient injuries and bad weight cuts to avoid this fight with Valentina. Now she might get stripped. And, honestly, she'll probably never make it back to this title fight. Because there's no chance, there is a chance, but there's no guarantee that Nicco can beat the top 5 in this division. Do you think Nicco Montaño can beat Caitlin Chukagian? Do you think Nicco Montaño can beat fucking Jessica I, Liz Carmouche? Any of these legit UFC fighters that have good records, more than 10 pro fights, coming down from bantamweight? Nicco Montaño's got like fucking 6 pro fights, 7 if you're looking on UFC.com. There's just no fucking chance. Valentina Shevchenko, even before she had her 18 pro MMA fights, UFC, all her UFC experience, even before her MMA fights, she was a fucking kickboxing queen. Fucking shit up over there. She beat Joanna like 3 times in Muay Thai, not kickboxing, Muay Thai, doing her thug thizzle over there. And then she transitioned over here, and since then we've seen her submit fucking Juliana Pena, outstrike Holly Holm, go 2 close fights with the bantamweight queen Amanda Nunes. Valentina Shevchenko, it ain't much luck Nicco Montaño could have on her side. Her best chance would be if, honestly, Nicco's chance to win this would be if she went in and Valentina fucked around and got a leg injury. You know, kind of like Michael Chandler versus Brent Primus, how Michael Chandler had that leg injury early in the fight. That's the only chance Nicco had, is if some crazy injury happened to Valentina in the fight. Like, even her punchers and submissions chance were almost out the window. So, how convenient. She was hospitalized. I mean, saying it could be from a bad weight cut. Some people are saying it's from pussyitis. We all know how it goes, man. I don't think there's too many people that believe Nicco Montaño's not ducking this situation here. After everything we went through to get to this fight, and like I said, you can even see the UFC wasn't confident in booking this fight, because they fucking took Darren Till, who missed weight, arguably didn't win, and they threw him in a title fight with Tyron Woodley just because they needed another title fight. Why couldn't they? Valentina's a big name. She's got like almost 1 million followers compared to a lot of other UFC champions and shit. She's up there. She's definitely up there. And with that being said, Valentina's a lot more known, definitely a pretty big star, so she could headline this card. I mean, I don't see why Valentina couldn't headline this card, and that's why I was like, well, we already got a title fight. Why are we rushing to fucking throw some shit show together, like putting Darren Till in a title fight that even he said he didn't deserve, and he missed weight? Now, that's another thing we're going to talk about. He made weight for the title fight, so all's go with Woodley versus Till. We're good there. That's good that the UFC made that fight now, because Nicco's out. And what would have happened if the UFC didn't put Till in this fight versus Woodley? I mean, of course, they could have used someone else, but I'm just saying, if they didn't get the second title fight for UFC 228, we might have just lost a whole fucking pay-per-view due to Nicco Montaño, out of this fight. So, fucking crazy. Didn't expect this news, of course, when we woke up. I don't think anybody did. Like, it's crazy, dog. Like, I'm sure if you live in Vegas, you could have gambled on whether or not Nicco was going to make it to the fight. I guarantee you that was out there. Will Nicco make it to the fight? You know, she even showed up. You know, she was looking good. You know, she said Valentina's in La La Land if she thinks I'm not going to make it to the fight. Is she? Is she in La La Land, Nicco? Come on, full-time family. Damn, we don't got much time. I want to see what you guys are saying. I'm going to check it out one time, see what you guys have to say about this before I rush through the rest of the show, because I got about an hour before I got to be to work, and I still got to walk there, so that's going to take about 15, 20 minutes. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't got a whole lot of time today, unfortunately. But it's Friday, motherfucking day before UFC 228. We got some breaking news. We got the full-time family in. It's still going to be a great morning. Trollbuster said, what up, family? Not much. What's going on, brother? 1776 in the building says, what up, Trollbuster? Charismatic Lemon. We got Grand Swing Sport Israel A. Yadong in here. He said, obsolete, obsolete, obsolete. UFC will... No, that's not how the saying goes. I know you're always saying it. UFC will fade away and classify itself as obsolete, he says. Bellator's on the rise. Bellator. I'm repping Bellator. Hey, Ivan Hernandez says, lol, that sucks for Usman and his 30%. Yep, Till made weight, so Usman, he got paid to make weight. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He could have been in a fight, honestly. You're making weight anyway. Fuck it. Why not just scrap somebody on the undercard? We could have used the fight now that fucking Yair's out, fucking Nico's out, Valentina's off. We could have had Usman fight, and he's ready, you know? And they should have had a backup for this damn fight. Nicco, even though she's the champion, we need a damn backup champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you even do that? Usman's still getting a nice little check. Yeah, he got paid to make weight, so that didn't suck for him. That's not a option. You know, a lot of guys don't get paid just to make weight. Rugby Queen said, I'm so fucking embarrassed right now, even for believing Nicco would show up. You shouldn't be embarrassed, Rugby Queen. This, you know, we all believed it. We're this close to it. It's the day before the fight. Who could have expected this? You know, once the hard training is over, we thought she would make it. No one could have expected a weight issue for her to use this to get out of the fight. But I'll tell you who should be embarrassed. Motherfucking BJ Johnson. You, sir. Talking about Nicco could even win this fight on Team Nicco and all this weird-ass shit. You, sir, need to cut the trolling out. I was in Coach's chat at work, I think like Monday or Tuesday, and this motherfucker was in the chat. I don't even know why I was responding to him. Clearly trolling. He actually, oh no, Nicco ain't scared. She's actually can even win the fight. She's going to win. I think Nicco can beat... Bro, you need to go fucking in hiding right now. That's what you need to do. Rugby Queen says, last night I defended her saying she would show up. Hey, we were this close to the fight. Like I said, Rugby Queen, we couldn't have expected this. I'm sure at this point, me, you, Coach, everybody else, we probably, I mean, it was one day off. I think a lot of people, they started to expect her to show up. If you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, would Nicco make it to the fight? I would have said, I actually don't think so. But if you would have asked me 2 days before the fight, I would have said, hey, she made it here. Yeah, she's in there like swimwear. Boom, she's out. So, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, BJ, where you at, motherfucking Nicco, Team Nicco, and Nicco's gonna win. If you don't get the fuck on, dude. Cam Murphy said Nicco's out for fuck's sake. I knew it. It's fucking crazy, right? What the fuck's going on? Web PK Vid says, Mystic Valentina at first thought she was trash talking, but she sees the future. Yeah, and they were asking her, even yesterday, the media, so you think she'll show up? We're even a day out, and she's like, I can only hope so. Valentina ain't never been confident that she was going to show up. What up, Cam Murphy? Paris Lucas says Nicco was heavy. She knew she was fighting. I knew it all the time. Yeah, man, this is pretty convenient for Nicco. Who would you bet on Khabib versus Conor full-time MMA? That's a fight. Honestly, I probably wouldn't bet on it, but if I was going to bet, I would bet on Conor for the fact that he's the underdog. That fight could go either way, and he's the underdog. So, you know, it's going to be a little more expensive to bet on Khabib, even though he's got a good chance at winning. It's really a toss-up. Anyone can win that fight. So the fact that you get better odds on Conor McGregor, and it's damn near a coin flip, I would bet on Conor, even though Khabib could win. But, yeah, it's such a tough fight. Those ones, you know what I'm saying, are hard to call. But I'd probably put my money on McGregor, you know what I'm saying, just because I think it's even and you get better odds on McGregor. Ashish Pejvar, I just answered that. Okay, we got to get into the show, y'all. I got to motherfucking walk to work and shit, so I got to motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? I got to get the show in action. But, yeah, man, so Kim Jong, Uzi, everybody else, what's up? Thank y'all for stopping through. Let's continue the show. So, Nicco Montaño versus Valentina title fight is off. That's fucking news. That blew everybody's mind. But another thing that might have blew your mind, motherfucking, who would have expected? Well, this is not it. But yeah, we'll get to that first. Darren Till made weight. And yes, we are a little laggy because I got so much shit going on. I was downloading podcasts for work, so excuse that. But also, before we... Wait, where the fuck is my article? Where's the article of Darren Till making weight? Here it is, right? Alright, here we are. But yeah, before we get into Darren Till making weight, before we switch subjects completely, Twitter is reacting to Nicco Montaño versus Valentina Shevchenko being scratched. Let's see what UFC Twitter had to say. MMA Junkie, let's see, UFC News. Statement on UFC 228. As a precautionary measure, UFC flyweight Nicco Montaño was transported to a medical facility Friday due to health concerns. The schedule of the championship bout between Montaño and Shevchenko at UFC 228 has been canceled. Ben Folks said if you're hospitalized the morning before the fight, it probably wouldn't be a conversation about whether or not you're fit to fight in a cage the next evening. It should just be automatic. Caitlin Chukagian said, I'm in Dallas right now. But can you make the weight in like one day? Like, are you walking around on weight? Or do you want to just fight like Valentina a catch weight maybe? Maybe. I mean, I'd like to see Chukagian versus Valentina. But, you know, the UFC is probably just going to crown Valentina, which they should have done in the first place. But, hey, Caitlin Chukagian is game. And she, not only is she game to step up and fight, she's game to step up and fight Valentina. Much respect to Caitlin Chukagian just for that tweet. I'm in Dallas right now. What's up? Yo, respect to Caitlin Chukagian. Kevin Naoli says Valentina weighs 124.5. Ooh, coming in a little low for the former bantamweight. Nicco in question. Nicco went to hospital. Jessica I, what a terrible way to treat such a great opportunity. Yeah, well, she was already the champ, you know, but yeah, you know, Jessica I, she you know, she's a girl that could potentially be challenging for that flyweight title. I'm sure she's looking forward to that opportunity. But yeah, Nicco was like, I don't know, is it worth getting my ass kicked just to show you guys I'm not scared? You guys are going to say what you want either way. I mean, it's pretty much a loss. But hey, Jose Young said Valentina loses out on another title fight. What is it with her and champs falling out on Fight Week? Of course, you have to remember Amanda Nunes had the sinusitis. But that one, I'm not going to lie. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I don't think Amanda Nunes was scared of Valentina Shevchenko. For one, I proved she had a history of sinusitis. That went back to, I mean, that's just, it is what it is. If you fucking can't breathe going into a fight because of the conditions, the weather, the sinusitis, what the fuck you look like going into a fight only breathing out of your mouth from the start? You usually don't start doing that till you get cracked in your nose and that shit's probably broken. Then you start breathing out of your mouth. If you go into a fight breathing out of your mouth because your sinuses are fucked up from the beginning, you could very well get knocked out in that fight. And for one, and she had already beat Valentina in the past, so I didn't think Amanda Nunes was scared of Valentina. This is a different situation. Amanda Nunes was proven. She proved she was the best bantamweight in the world, and she already had that win. So if you think Amanda Nunes was scared of Valentina, more power to you. But I will agree with the Nicco Montaño situation. Speaking of Nicco Montaño, Montana De La Rosa, I'm flyweight. I live in Dallas, and I'm always ready for a script. Now, another flyweight potentially willing to step in. I would love if the UFC kept this fight on. Just let Valentina beat up somebody else. Fuck it. You know Valentina's likely to win. These girls are willing to step up. You got Chukagian. You got Montana De La Rosa. The question is, will it be for a title? Because the champion's the one that's stepping out. So do you just strip Nicco right now? Like, all right, you're hospitalized. Boom, give us your belt. Someone's fighting for it. Kind of like we did with GDR. Do you strip Nicco the day of and let these girls fight for a belt? Or do they just step in for a payday and just, you know, I wouldn't, fuck it, strip her. This is the third situation in a row. First, like ankle injury. Second, tonsils. This time, weight cut. All right, motherfucker, give us the belt. And I tell you what, whenever you want to come back for your belt, we might even fuck around and give you a title shot. You might have to fight someone else to prove that you're worthy. But as of right now, I would love to have this title fight saved. But it's not going to be with Nicco Montaño. So maybe Montana De La Rosa or even Caitlin Chukagian. It's expensive, I admit, but always have a replacement to important fights can be a solution to the cases about fights being canceled. Are there any other? There's a lot of fucking WMMA fights on this card. I would hope the UFC put at least another fucking flyweight female fight on this card. Let's pull that up. We've already got two girls willing to step in, but if you just had another female flyweight fight on the card, you could have prevented this as well. Not all the way, you would have still lost your champion, but what you could have done was still had someone in line. You had all these fights. Lucy Pudilova and Aldana, they're at 135. Okay, yeah, this is some fuckery on behalf of the UFC right here. So you guys weren't confident enough in this fight to happen to where you had to force together Woodley versus Till, but you motherfuckers didn't have no backup plan for this fight. You didn't have no other flyweights on the card. No other You got fucking Usman. He's not even fighting. You just got him on backup just in case Till misses weight. Even though if he missed weight, he wouldn't even get to come in because Woodley would still be fighting Till. So you get all this shit to ensure that stays together. But we got nothing now. We got nothing. Like, I hope at least maybe they let one of these girls step up and fight Valentina, but come on. Clearly, they weren't confident in this fight happening. Why would the UFC be confident in Nicco fighting? If anything, like, come on, somebody can step in and fight Val. But now we got strawweight fight, bantamweight fight. So there's no flyweights to step in. And unless the UFC wants to have one of these girls do it, which they've offered, then Valentina's probably off the card. And so a little bit of fuckery on the UFC's part. Let me make sure that's not playing. Pause. Yeah, because the UFC played this kind of weird. But, hey, it is what it is. This is their show. You know what I'm saying? But even then, I mean, there's a lot of shit that could have happened differently. It is what it is, man. We're not going to dissect it too hard. But I also pointed out, shit, if it wasn't going to... Woodley and Till came because they needed a title fight. But, shit, to be completely fair, you could have booked Cyborg versus, like, a Pam Bam Sorensen. You know, the UFC's did that before. We need a title fight. We're signing this girl to come feed Cyborg. Boom. Cyborg was ready to fight on this card. So they didn't really have to do what they did with Till, but they did because they needed a title fight. But they already had a title fight. So why do you need a title fight if you already have a title fight in Shevchenko and Montaño? Because the fight might not happen? Okay, well, if the fight might not happen, why don't we put some fucking insurance or something in place just in case that fight don't happen? Put a flyweight on the card, a female flyweight. And if you don't put a female flyweight on the card, I hope you would let one of these girls fucking step in, like Katlyn Chookagian or this other girl, Montana De La Rosa. They're both willing to fight. So if Valentina don't fight on this card, it's really a mistake by the UFC, honestly, because Valentina could still be fighting. Would it be for an interim title? Would it be for a real title? I'm fine with fucking Nicco getting stripped and making it for the real title. But either way, there at the very least, could have been an interim flyweight title still happening today. But it looks like Valentina might be all the way off the card, and I don't know if that was necessary. But, hey, it is what it is. Jon Anik said, fighting Valentina is no picnic, but the notion that champion Nicco Montaño was scared to fight her is absurd. We sat down with Nicco yesterday. She was confident, thoughtful, a picture of focus. Not sure what went wrong, but let's give the athlete some respect. You know, Jon Anik, of course, being very professional, works for the UFC. You know, coming out and giving Nicco some respect. Someone's got to do it, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know if Jon Anik knows all the details leading up to what into this, all like the 2 injuries before this, you know, and the fact that Valentina Shevchenko is the boogie woman. But still, you know, someone's got it. She is an athlete. She is a fighter. And the word scared has different meanings. So, you know, do you think she was going to sleep, you know, chattering her teeth? Oh, my God, I gotta fight Valentina. Like, do you think she was scared like that? Or she just didn't want to face the embarrassment of getting her ass whooped as the champion? Lauren Murphy with the face. Katlyn Chookagian, me in my hotel room in Dallas. Yo, if they don't give Chookagian this fight, then the UFC's completely fucked up this, in my opinion. She's waiting for the call. That's her second response. So the fact that the UFC fucked this up by not booking another female flyweight, because clearly in my mind, maybe either they don't have confidence in Valentina Shevchenko selling, which I don't know why. I mean, even if it's not like Tyron Woodley and Till are gonna fucking sell 1 million pay-per-views anyway. It's not like you booked some star-studded fight. You know what I'm saying? So if they weren't confident in that fight selling, the only reason that I could see they were in such a rush to book another title fight, you know, they were saying we need a title fight. What, do we need 2 title fights? We've had fights with one, and I get it. Maybe we do. Maybe they do want at least 2 title fights per card. But at the same time, I don't know how you could be super confident in Montano showing up. So if we don't have any contingency plan in place, if we don't have a backup flyweight that made weight like Usman that got paid, if we don't got a flyweight fighting on the card, hopefully we can get Katlyn Chookagian who's willing to step up. Why not? That would be a fucking great fight. That would be a better fight than Montano versus Shevchenko. Chookagian versus Shevchenko. That'd be a better win for Valentina. Chookagian's like 10-1. I mean, that's a legit, at least a fight we got on our hands. This almost seemed, you know, Nicco versus Valentina. If Nicco wasn't the champion, This shit might not even have been sanctioned. Who knows? I mean, just levels to this shit. So if the UFC don't put Katlyn Chookagian, I mean, that's kind of a blunder, unless they're just trying to give Valentina the belt or something. Like, we got someone willing to fight here, and y'all didn't book no one else on the card, so you should be thanking Katlyn Chookagian and paying her right now. If you got money to pay Usman just to make weight, pay Chookagian to save this motherfucking card. A fight. A co-main event. People weren't tuning in to see Nicco. People were tuning in to see Valentina. So Valentina still made weight. She's still healthy. We can still see Valentina as long as the UFC lets us. If they put one of these girls in here. And it's like, no, we're good. We're just going to... Valentina's just not going to fight. Sorry. Like, why? She can still fight. That's all I'm saying. John Morgan, UFC has made it official. Montano is out and the bout with Shevchenko is canceled. So, yeah, it's officially off. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. If Nicco's out, but at least there's a couple girls possibly willing to fight. Montana De La Rosa is still a little inexperienced, but Katlyn Chookagian is a great option. Valentina was on it. Let's see what... Let's pull this tweet up from Stamina that he's sharing. Blonde fighter, call McMahon now if you can make championship weight. Let's make this title fight happen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this meme at the bottom. Usman's like, I'll be right there. Usman was ready for a title fight. He's trying to motherfucking make 125 so he can step in and fight Valentina. That shit is hilarious. So yeah, man. Valentina Shevchenko, she wants to fight with Katlyn Chookagian. Katlyn Chookagian's down for the fight with Valentina. Looks like we might still have at least a Valentina fight on our hands, and that's what we really wanted to see. So hopefully that happens by the time I get off work. Hopefully we'll have some good news, you know what I'm saying, that Valentina's still on the card. Hashtag Strip Nicco says MMA Addict. I'm all the way down. Hashtag Strip Nicco. She's out of here. Come back. If you feel like you're the champion, if you're that confident, I tell you what, come back and fight for the title when you're healthy. We'll see if you want to do that. But until then, we're going to get this shit rolling. We're done with Nicco Montaño. This was the end. We were all looking forward to getting this shit over with. Don't tell me we got to wait 3 more months of potentially rescheduling this fight. I mean, it's not going to happen. What are you going to do? Let her keep the belt? And if you do, okay, fuck it. If you like Nicco that much, let her keep the belt. If you believe this story like you believe the last 3, then I tell you what, let her keep the belt, but we better get her damn interim title fight. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, Valentina Shevchenko, she's in there like swimwear. She's on it. She wants to fight. You think Tyron wins, says Ashish Pujvar? Yes, I do. I actually do. I actually want to see the odds. I swear to God, if Tyron Woodley keeps rising or going down, if he gets to a 2-1 underdog, I'm slapping somebody. All right, so a little more respect on his name. I think yesterday they have him at plus 150 when we looked or something. Maybe some people are coming to their senses and not throwing their fucking life savings at a guy that's still relatively unproven in the welterweight division. But the fact that Darren Till is a favorite is still a little disrespectful to a champion. And of course, this is different than Nicco Montaño versus Valentina. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, yeah, this is another one of those situations where if I was betting, I'd be putting my money on Woodley. He's proven. He's fucking training hard. He's not giving you signs to show you that he's slowing down anytime soon. He's proven he's one of the best welterweights in the world, and Darren Till hasn't. So you got a proven champion who is an underdog. That just seems like good value to me. I don't know how much you put on it, but that just seems like good value to me. Lolita Davidich says, shit, used to be a fan of Valentina, but damn, this shit's BS. Valentina better fight. Valentina wants to fight. It's really up to the UFC. Sometimes, you know, it's up to them. Valentina's down to fight. She did tell her to call Katlyn Chookagian. Call McMahon, set this up. But the question is, can Katlyn Chookagian make weight, championship weight, this short notice? That's the question. Hope Woodley gets the KO and hits his verse from your freestyle in the interview. Yo, that would be so fucking lit. But all right, full-time family, I don't got much time. I'm tripping. This is breaking shit, but we got a few things to talk about. Darren Till made weight. We got a few news topics before I get out of here and hit this old happy trail to work. All right, so Darren Till made weight. That's a good sign. He's in there. But it's a good sign, but it's a bad sign. This was, and this is another reason I'd probably be betting on Woodley, because this was honestly almost a lose-lose for Darren Till. If you miss weight, you can't win the title. If you make weight, you're drained for your fight. You know what I'm saying? So, do you miss weight and be a little more healthy? Do you make weight and hopefully he came in, but he didn't look great through the whole weight cut. Yesterday he looked better than before. He came in the weight media eating strawberries and smiling, so that was a good thing. But it's going to be a tough fight for Darren Till. But hey, man, he could still win. He could still win. I'm not saying I'm counting him all the way out, but he could also be affected by this weight cut. We don't know, man. There's a lot of intangibles, a lot of factors that play into this fight aside from just the great fight itself. So it's 4:20 time for Khabib. He's about to get smoked, says 1776. That's funny. What about the pregnancy test UFC policy? I don't know much about that policy that you're speaking of. Regardless, my boy made weight, so what y'all doubters saying now? Now, fuck all them doubters. Booger Bash 2018. Like, making weight's not the hard part. Well, it is for Till, but, like, making weight's just the first part. The second, you got to beat Tyron Woodley next. Like, congratulations, you made weight. Give him his respect. You still got to fight. Like, your fight wasn't with the scales. Your fight's with Tyron Woodley. You got 2 fights. So, is that making weight going to affect his fight? I hear you, Forward. I know you're... Tomorrow, if Till wins, I know Forward's going to be going motherfucking crazy along with a lot of other people. Hell, I'm a big Till fan. I'm even going to be happy. Woodley's out of here. Till's in there. I'm a fan of Till. I'm just not convinced that he's going to fucking steamroll Woodley yet. So, he's smoking T Wood full time, says Forward. All right, let's continue, man. He made weight. We'll see if it affects his performance. But, of course, he made weight with a big fuck you to everybody, all the doubters that thought I couldn't make weight. And... come on, man. It's not that damn serious. Like, you've made weight before. No one thinks you can't make weight. The only reason Darren Till's weight was such a big deal is because he missed weight before a title fight. No one gave a fuck the first time Darren Till missed weight. The only reason people give a fuck now is because you're in a title fight. It's not because no one thinks you can make weight. We know, we can look at history, we can just do a couple Google searches and see you've got 5 fights at welterweight. You didn't miss weight in all the fights. So we already knew it was possible to make the weight. It's not like we were all just, Darren Till will not make weight. We said we don't know. No one came out and guaranteed Darren Till misses weight. But, so, I think he's taking that too personal. Everyone cares about me weight. No, motherfuckers care about your weight because you're in a title fight. Like, don't take it personal. It's just we're not worried about your fucking weight. We actually don't give a fuck. We're more worried about the title fight. And after Tyron Woodley said that he's fighting him either way, I think I was cool on that. I honestly wasn't super focused or I wasn't doubting Darren Till making weight because if he missed weight, he was still going to be fighting. But yeah, Crocker said Till will move up after this fight. It's possible. He might want to defend one more time or something, but he definitely could move up in the future. Felony Bennett was playing UFC on stream and knocked out Mike Perry with Nate Diaz. Haha, random head kick. That's funny. That's crazy. But yeah, man, so Darren Till made weight. That's good news for everybody wondering about that. A couple of non-UFC 228 topics before we start getting into these fights. Jon Jones saying extraordinary liar Colby Covington reminds him a lot of Chael Sonnen. Who doesn't? I mean, Colby definitely reminds us MMA fans of Chael Sonnen. But it's interesting because, the types of trash talk are pretty similar. And Chael Sonnen, yeah, he's got good trash talk, but he's not always being truthful, even though it sounds like it sometimes. Do you actually believe he saw the Nogueira brothers feeding a carrot to a bus? No, but it sounded good and it was funny as fuck. But yeah, it was a lie. And so Colby Covington a little similar. I don't believe half the shit he says. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe he's racist, but he comes across that way. But a lot of the shit he said, oh yeah, fucking Mike, I was getting cardio in by banging 4 porn stars. Male or female? That's my question. No, but either way, I don't believe Colby Covington was fucking banging those porn stars. Yeah, he's a liar kind of like Chael. But it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? There's people that it's going to rile up and shit like that, especially in the day and age we're in now. But yeah, man, Jon Jones said he's such a character, an interesting character. One thing I'll say about him is that I wish people realized how severe of a liar he is. He's an extraordinary liar. He reminds me a lot of Chael Sonnen. How you can say one thing and just tell the fans a bold-faced lie. He lies about things that aren't really even important. I can see you lying if it's life or death or if it's really going to be a detriment to your career or something, but he just makes up lies. I feel really sorry for him to be that type of person. I feel really sorry for him. I don't know if that is fixable. Hey, he could have a point, but it's just kind of funny hearing Jon Jones saying, I feel sorry for him. It's like, Would you rather be a liar or, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Not like Jon Jones is perfect. I'm sure there's some people that feel sorry for Jon Jones. Like, damn, he just can't get his shit together. And maybe not because he's still got money and shit, but I'm just saying, like, would you want to be somebody that can't get their shit together? I don't know. Some people probably feel sorry for that. If you don't need money, you're probably like, yeah, I feel bad for that guy. He can't get his shit together. He has so much potential. So there's people that feel sorry for him, just like he feels sorry for Colby. So that's interesting. But either way, he said, I don't think I'd say something to him. He really isn't. I don't want to say that. I was going to say he's not worth my time, but that could be a little arrogant. I have nothing to say to him. He has a lot more to prove in this sport. He's got a lot more work to do to sit at the table with me in the game right now. He's a child and I'm a man. When you really think about it, just when it comes to things I've proven, he's not close to being on my level. I was happy for him that he got to meet the president. I'm a big fan of the law of attraction where people say, hey, I'm going to do this, and they actually do it. Him saying that, I'm going to meet Donald Trump, and I'm going to the White House, and it actually happening, I love that type of stuff. So just speaking a little on Colby and Chael. Now, this is going to be a topic where, of all people, I'm sure Colby and Chael are going to have a response. I mean, Jon Jones was recently doing an interview, and he was just answering the question honestly, like, yeah, I think Conor McGregor's trash talk is this way, Chael's this way, you know. And Chael Sonnen took that opportunity to launch a fucking 8-tweet barrage at Jon Jones, a bunch of one-liners, even hit him with a poem the next day. So just saying that Colby's an extreme liar like Chael's gonna be like, what? Extreme liar? Motherfucker, what about those dick pills and hit and run? And, you know, so I'm sure they'll both have a response for this. But Jon Jones, I'm sure, knows what he's getting himself into, mentioning these two characters. But yeah, man, so moving on, though, another official fight. We've talked about this a little in the past. It's official. It's officially announced. No longer just a rumor trying to be kept on the low. Junior Dos Santos versus Tai Tuivasa is official for the UFC Adelaide main event over in Australia. Tai Tuivasa, hard-hitting, undefeated heavyweight, coming off a decision win over Andrei Arlovski, going to be main eventing in his home country, and that's a big step for him as he looks to potentially take that motherfucking torch from Mark Hunt. That's honestly what I see going on. You know what I'm saying? Another hard-hitting, fun heavyweight coming up. Mark Hunt's kind of on the way out. Tai Tuivasa on the way in. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I see Tai Tuivasa right now, kind of like taking that torch. And he's a fun fighter. A little bit of concern if you watch his last fight versus Arlovski. Some people even thought Arlovski won. He did good early in the fight by breaking Tai Tuivasa's nose, but he was able to withstand it, stayed in the fight, and even got hit in that broken nose a couple more times en route to earning a unanimous decision, or was it split? En route to earning a decision victory over UFC former champ. Well, not former champ, UFC champ, but Andrei Arlovski. Now he's taking former UFC champ Junior Dos Santos on. It's going to be a big fight for Tai Tuivasa and a tough fight. Junior Dos Santos just had that win over Blagoy Ivanov, who's a tough fighter, even though he's relatively unknown to probably the UFC fans. But Blagoy's tough. He only had like one loss. Bellator former heavyweight, I don't know if he was the champ, but he was definitely contending over there with some of the best. Only lost like a split decision or something like that. Like, Blagoy was definitely talented with some experience. Junior Dos Santos was able to defeat him in his comeback. So now these guys are going to be scrapping the UFC Adelaide. That's going to be a fun heavyweight fight. Forward says, how do you guys think T. Wood approaches this fight? More of the same or where he pushed the pace? You know what? I think now that Darren Till made weight, it might make Tyron Woodley be like, yo, I might be able to knock this motherfucker out. That weight cut had to affect him. You know, I talked about that, I believe, yesterday or the day before on the live stream. Tyron Woodley, like, if Till makes weight, that might actually motivate Tyron Woodley to be aggressive. I want to knock this motherfucker out. He made weight. I know that affected him. Bam! So, how's he approach the fight? Honestly, I also think he can approach it any way he wants. If he's aggressive, either way, I'm sure he has a game plan. But I say that because we're not sure how Tyron Woodley would do if he came in aggressive. That's not really his style. But we know a lot of people expect for Till to have success in this fight, he's going to have to be the aggressor. And if he is the aggressor, I mean, that could work for him. That could work for him. But also, it gives Tyron Woodley all that space behind you to either shoot for a takedown or fucking explode at you with that right overhand right that he loves to knock motherfuckers out with. So, man, it's I don't know how he's going to approach it, but, I mean, there could potentially be a KO in this fight, not going to lie. Sup, y'all? We venting therapy about Nicco. No, actually, we're already over the Nicco Montaño topic. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need for no therapy. Stripper. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no therapy for Nicco Montaño. We need some good old stripper. Get that. Boom. We'll see you when we see you. Motherfucking, you are not, for one, she's always been a damn near paper champion. On paper, she's the champion. Can she beat all the fighters in the division? No. So she's not the real champion. She's not the best fighter in the division. So ain't no damn need for no damn therapy. And you want to take the ass whooping or don't you? Don't look like you want to partake. All right, we'll see you when we see you. Boom. Let Valentina fight for that title. I've been fooled before into thinking T Wood will fight like a savage he's portraying. Feel his instincts to be patient will kick in. Yeah, I mean, he's a smart fighter. And say all you want. Sell the young once you got them tickets sold and the people their asses are in the seats. After that, it damn near don't matter how the fight goes. You did what you needed to do. You sold the tickets. The pay-per-view's bought. How the fight happens, the fight happens. It's no guarantee, just no matter what he says, like you're saying. So, yeah, he could be on his back foot. I think he's going to do whatever he needs to do to win the fight. That's what I think. But, yeah, so JDS versus Tai Tuivasa going on. Now it's time for some UFC 228 news. Cody Stamann's going to be taking on Brian Caraway. No, he's not. He just beat Brian Caraway. Cody Stamann's going to be taking on Aljamain Sterling at UFC 228. Great bantamweight fight. Big fan of Aljamain Sterling. I think he's underrated in the bantamweight division. Lost a couple splits. Of course, got KO'd by Marlon Moraes. Accidental KO, you could say, but hey, it happened. You win some, you lose some. But Aljamain Sterling's still very talented wrestler. I mean, he's well-rounded. Started off wrestling, became to MMA, and he worked on his striking. He's got great kickboxing now, great kicks, punches. He's got submissions, training with Sarah Longo. Aljamain Sterling is underrated as a bantamweight, and so for that reason, and partly that reason alone, I think he probably comes in here and gets the W. But Cody Stamann, great wrestler. I mean, I think he's like 15 or 16-1, something like that with his wrestling. Like, very good wrestler. So he might be able to control Aljamain being a more one-dimensional wrestler. But Aljamain has great wrestling himself, so I think he'll be able to be fine in that aspect. And Aljamain also, of course, been on the show, so salute to Aljamain. You know, he came on our show live, so that's dope. Or was it live? It might not have been live. Either way, Aljamain Sterling gave us that opportunity, so also rooting for him for a little bit for that reason. But hey, Cody Stamann's vowing to KO Aljamain after he big brothered him. Let's see what he's talking about. He said it started as kind of, he was talking about how he's the best grappler in the bantamweight division. I called him on it and told him he's not. Then he told me to go get a couple drinks like I was so far below him. But in my mind, I'm actually, you're 8th. I'm 10th in the UFC rankings. I'm not the guy getting your drinks. I'm not your bartender. I'm nipping at your heels, buddy. That really burned my ass. I didn't like that. He kind of big brothered me like that. I paid my dues. I've done everything in this sport, and I've accomplished a lot in this short amount of time. Aljamain Sterling is an absolutely talented guy. Fast, athletic, talented wrestler. But when you really get to what Aljamain likes to do, Aljamain's one of those guys who fights on the outside. He runs a lot. Very rarely does he plant his feet and just try to throw anything hard. He's just really good at making people fight his fight. That's also something I've done consistently through my fighting career, and that's why I've been successful. I take fights where I want them. I make people fight the kind of fight I want to fight. On Saturday night, it comes down to me imposing my game plan on him and not the other way around. Cody Stamann's off to a 3-0, start in the UFC, undefeated. He said 3-0 is a good start, but for me, 3 decisions. So I kind of feel like there's a monkey on my back. I feel like I haven't pushed the button yet, and I need to. I need for myself, and I need for the fans, one way or another, he's going to be unconscious on the canvas, and I'm going to be standing over him. So Cody Stamann confident coming into this fight. It's a close fight. Like I said, Aljamain's well-rounded, and he's also took note of some of this trash talk, and he plans to hurt Cody Stamann more for that trash talk. This is what Aljamain had to say coming into the fight. Sometimes I used to have a tendency when I took guys down, I just wanted to choke them out and say, well, you did a good job. Thanks for coming. He said, but this time, I'm going to take you down and just know I'm going to put a little extra stank on those elbows. I'm trying to leave him a couple bruises to remember me by. He still doesn't even have a blue check next to his name on Twitter. I'm joking, but not really. I think this puts me back into title contention. It has to. Now that the saga between TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt's finally over, we can finally move on with the division and quit log jamming it. Now we've just got to figure out what we're going to do with Dominic Cruz, Marlon Moraes, and Rafael Assunção and go from there. He has to put me out in order to win this fight. That's how I honestly feel. Cody, you better bring your A game. That's all I can say. So that's going to be a great fight. Bantamweight fight. 2 top-ranked bantamweights in the UFC throwing down at UFC 228. Can you freaking believe the hospital news, says Mary Thomas. Shout out to Mary Thomas. No, we talked about that earlier in the show, man. We believe it. Yeah, man, it's believable. It sucks. It's couldn't expect it, but definitely believable. It's shit. But the thing is, we got fighters willing to step up, willing to fight Valentina, not ducking their motherfucking taco. In the case of Katlyn Chookagian and I believe Montana De La Rosa, do not confuse that with Nicco Montaño. Montana De La Rosa said, I'm in Dallas. Katlyn Chookagian said, I'm in Dallas. So we might still get to see Chookagian versus Shevchenko. That would be a fucking great fight. Honestly, I'd like to see that more than Montana Shevchenko, or more than Nicco Montaño, because I feel like Katlyn Chookagian's a better fighter than Nicco Montaño. It'd be a higher contested fight. Nico's out. Cool. Do your thing. You know, I'm not jumping on Nicco. You know, it is what it is. Fuck it. Strip her. Boom. We ain't got to think about that shit no more. She ain't that big of a deal. But we want to see Valentina fight. That's what we really want to see. Haha, blue check gang, stand up stamina. I'm going to need you to get me a blue check. I know you're in the blue check gang. I can't wait. I got like 500 subs. No, I'm just playing. I don't even got 500 followers. But yeah, blue check gang, stamina, stand up. Charismatic Lemon said, Al is about to do another dab, lol. Hey, we'll see if Cody Stamann can get that. I'm sure he would love to get that knockout. He needs one. Forward says, simply put, yes, Mary Thomas. Nicco hasn't looked assured all fight week. I'm calling BS on this. Yep. And yeah, I mean, yeah, so it's believable, but still unexpected. Strip her, says Lolita. That's what I'm saying. Strip her, boom, no more conversation to be had. You had your chance. You didn't make weight. This was a title fight you knew was coming. You knew everyone was waiting for, and your weight cut just so fucking happened to go bad. Of course, how convenient. So UFC 228 Niko Price has unchanged outlook after winning in historical fashion. If you recall, Niko Price just came off that knockout where he knocked out Randy Brown. And Randy Brown seemed to like be in top position, from my memory correctly. Niko Price was on his back, but he had Randy Brown pinned against the fence. And he was like fucking hitting him with hammer fist from the bottom and actually knocked Randy Brown out. So that was a historical knockout the way that it happened. And now he's got another tough fight. Niko Price is coming into this fight with Abdul Razak Al Hassan. And he's looking to prove that he can win as the underdog once again. Everyone said my last one was going to be my breakthrough moment. I did it in historical fashion. And then they offered me this guy who's supposed to be the breakthrough moment. Dude, I don't care. I'm here to fight people my passion's fighting. Whenever you're ready, I'm down to fight whoever it is. Whoever you put in front of me, I'm going to punch in the head. I might punch him. He might punch me in the head, but I'm going to hit you a lot fucking harder. He said, another guy, another fighter. He hits hard just like all of us. I hit hard. Just another name on the list that I'm going to take to the top. So, Niko Price, man, I definitely got my eye on Nicco. Very impressive win over Randy Brown in this last fight. And this is a tough fight. Honestly, Abdul Razak Al Hassan, I think, is 4-0 in the UFC. His most 2 recent wins coming both over Sabah Hamasi. First one, early stoppage. Came back, knocked him out clean. In the next fight, let him know it wasn't no fluke. So, yeah, man. Salute to PK Boxing and MMA in the building. Peace to the chat. What's going on, brother? Fat Ninja Flip said, Lolita, I can't. You're cracking me up. I agree. What did Lolita say up here? Joking up here as well. He said, Woodley going to sleep Till? I got a feeling Till lost all of his power. That's what I'm saying, man. You made weight. That's why I said it's kind of a lose-lose. If you miss weight, you don't win the belt. If you make weight, you might be drained. So and Woodley's an underdog right now. Go fucking ahead. Like, that's okay. Like, that's what I would take advantage of. You know, people just don't like Woodley. So I can see, you know, you put your money because you're just having fun. You're not, a lot of people aren't going in to gamble to actually make a fucking living and come out on top. A lot of people are just having fun, making the fight that much more fun. They want Woodley to win. They want Till to win. So they're going to put a little money on Till to make it that much more sweet. But fuck around and lose your money. That's all I'm saying. I got 5 on Sterling doing a dab post-fight if he gets a stoppage. I don't think he will. I wonder if he gets away from that. I would put 5 on that if I wasn't so fucking broke that I was walking to work and my internet was shut off last night. But that's a good bet. You know, the way that he dabbed after getting knocked out, you know, and that whole thing went viral. You think he's trying to bring attention to the dab? Maybe. I would bet you 5 though that he didn't do it, but I'm not betting because I'm broke. What's the Matrix said? So with 1 fight only, champions becoming. I gotta scroll down. So With one fight only champions becoming common and all interim belts made to look silly, seems the meaning of the belt is changing. Yeah, our interim belts already don't mean shit. And this belt, though, it just got given to Nicco in a shitty way. Anytime you crown somebody a champion off of an Ultimate Fighter show, that's not really a good look, because they probably can't beat all the fighters in their division. Carla Esparza actually has looked good. She didn't look good in her fight against Joanna, but other than that, Carla's looked good. She actually makes Nicco Montaño, Nicco Montaño makes Carla look good. Carla Esparza she beat Claudia in her last fight. Fuck what the judges said. I thought Carla won that fight. And since losing to Joanna, she's only lost that split decision and one other split decision. But Carla's actually a decent fighter. But this situation, Nicco Montaño came in as like the 14th seed, had like 6 pro fights, and just so happened to fuck around and win the show. So now we got a UFC champion with 6 pro fights. It's like, just a fucking shitty situation. But once Valentina holds the belt, that belt means something, because she's the rightful fucking champion. She's the best in the division in my mind. I don't know who you look at in the flyweight division that can beat Valentina, but I think Valentina's the best. Yusuf in the building. He said, my brother, we told him. Yes, sir. But yeah, we got to continue. I got to be out of here. My shift starts in 20 minutes, so I'm probably going to be about 30 minutes late because I got to walk to work. So one more topic to talk about before I got to shut it down, and we'll be back probably a little bit later. Zabit Magomedsharipov welcomes championship expectations, eyes Chad Mendes or Jose Aldo with the win. Now, this is interesting because I thought Zabit was eyeing Yair. If you remember, after the fight got canceled, he was like, all right, Yair, this is the last fucking time. You're injured now, but you can't run. I want to fight you at the end of the year. So he wants to fight Mendes and Aldo, but also he still wants to whoop Yair's ass for some solid reason. He wants that fade with Yair. He wants that. He needs that. He seems like he needs the motherfucking fade with Yair. Like, he's been coming after Yair for a good damn year now. Yair's giving us every sign in the world he don't want the fight. And Zabit's like, okay, motherfucker, you're out again? Coming for you in December. So he wants all the smoke with Yair. But if he wins this fight, he also would like to potentially fight Mendes or Aldo, 2 of the more established featherweights in the division. This is what Zabit had to say. It doesn't pressure me at all. Actually, that's my goal, to be here, to get the title, the championship. It's cool. It's nothing that pressures me. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm this kind of person since I was a kid. I'm quiet, not emotional. I never expose my emotions that much. But all this attention and people recognizing me, that people start talking to me, it's okay. I'm pleased with that. I'm okay with that. I'm cool. But he said, of course, I was frustrated talking about Yair pulling out. It was sad to hear that he got injured. Many people were waiting for this fight. I was getting ready for this fight. I was calling for this fight, but it's a part of the game. You cannot judge him. No one protected from injuries. I can be injured tomorrow. He's injured, and I only wish him the best, that he's back as soon as possible, and we can finish this history. If everything goes fortunate, Saturday night, I'll do my best. If Yair is not coming back, I know Chad Mendes is back. He's one of the guys I wish to fight, or Jose Aldo. I want to fight someone in the top 3 of the division. So that's how you know how much he wants to whoop Yair's ass. He's like, I'm gunning for the top, but if I can't get a top 3, I want Yair specifically. I don't want a top 10. I don't want a top 15. I want Yair. And then we'll jump to the top 3. So he's down with fighting the top guys, but he really wants Yair. I gotta know, did Yair slide in his girl's DMs with the old dick pic? What the fuck? Does this dude not like Mexicans? I don't know what it is, but Zabit, don't fuck with this guy. You know what I'm saying? What's in the Matrix? $10 in the super chat. You can't get none with this. You gotta put it on contract. You can get some. My boy, what is the Matrix with the motherfucking $10 super chat? He just put it on contract for your boy. He said, good work, good commentary, brother. Thank you. No, thank you, sir, because that $10 much needed. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for the super chat. But like I said, just continuing, thank you again. But continuing with this, like I said, I want to know what happened. What the fuck is up? What did Yair do? Where's the reporters that got these interviews? Yo, did you do anything to Zabit? Because he really don't like you. Like, he don't even care if he looks like a bully. We're talking about Zabit as one of the best featherweights trying to get to the top. But he wants you. What's going on here? Like, did you slide in this girl's DMs? Did you say something about his country? Like, what did you specifically do to him? Because he fucking wants your ass. I don't know what it is, but yeah, man. Stamann MC responding to Ever Loves Drugs, MMA Addict in here. What a cool dude, Matrix. Yeah, Matrix, you, sir, are a god amongst men. I mean, this is my first time or second time seeing you in the chat, and you already threw me the 10, so much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? That's super awesome. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure you do your boy a favor. Don't be a baby back, bagel biting bitch boy. Hit the subscribe button. We got 57 people watching now, 25 thumbs up. That's about, what, 30 bagels still floating around out there? When you finish with your bagels, do your boy a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. It'd be much appreciated. But yeah, you guys, I got to head off. I got to get ready for work. I downloaded the podcast, got to slide them on my phone, and then hit that old happy trail to work. So yeah, man, I'm going to be headed off to work. Is that another 10? Oh, no, that's the same 10, I think. I was going to say, is that another motherfucking 10 in the super chat? Okay, I'm tripping. But yeah, thank you guys for coming through to the show. We are going to end the show over here on UFC Yankovic. So if you haven't yet, we also do these fun little MMA parody songs. Make sure you subscribe to UFC Yankovic. It's a fun channel. We've even did Woodley versus Till. We already got McGregor versus Khabib. We got fucking Ferguson versus Pettis, professionally produced by Stockton Slaps. UFC Yankovic is on the come up. Don't be the last to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't yet, do your boy a favor. I'm trying to get to 1,000. That's the goal. Once we get there, it's a motherfucking party. So, with that being said, we're going to end the show now with Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till, actually. UFC 228 is tomorrow. We got the Nicki Minaj fucking, what's his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine remix. They got that song, Fifi. UFC Yankovic did the parody to that. So, hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Nico's out. Pussyitis. I'm just playing. That's not, I don't think that's an actual diagnosis. But it's something along those lines. Hospitalized, bad weight cut, fights off. Nico's out. Hopefully, by the time I get off of work, Valentina will have a new opponent in Caitlin Chukagian. I would love to see that fight. She's willing. UFC, don't fuck this up. That's all I ask. Crossing my fingers on my walk to work. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. We're out of here. Darren Till's a bit fat, he can't make weight, and he's probably fucking racist, so I have to cave his face in. I'ma beat this motherfucker, he shouldn't even be in front of me. Got pushed up to the top, he want my spot, so now he's gonna meet a beast. I'm the chosen one, I hit like a loaded gun. That right when I throw you done. One strike and he's on the run, and I'm coming for you. Yeah, I'm coming for you, booger eating motherfucker. You could put roids in your boogers, but you still couldn't beat me, cause I'm one of the greatest, and you can't see me like Stevie, and yeah, I'm coming for greatness. If they won't try me, come test me, and that's for Nick and Nate DS Cody, you're even GSP, because I'm ready. And don't come in heavy, little bitch. Hold on, Tyron. I don't want no friends. You think you would just get one off on me for free? I don't really want no friends, no. It's your boy, motherfucking Big Till. I said, I don't want no friends. I said, I don't want no fucking friends. Tyron, why you crying? Long as I make weight, we're finding. We will fight this weekend. We will find if I'm as weak as you say. But I do say if I win, then no excuses. No 30% bullshit like your boy Kamaru Usman. You're the champ right now, but we both know that I'm the future. Gorilla Smash 2018, Booger Bash 2018 is the movement. UFC 228, let's